Hey everybody, it's Jeremy. I've been putting up a lot of shorts lately. A bunch of things I've learned, a bunch of things, affirmations that have helped me, things I still need to learn that might be helpful to other people. And there is one that would be too long to do as a short, so I'm doing this video. Let me read what it says. Just because it's like this now does not mean it'll be like this forever. This means you do not have to be attached to your circumstances. This is not where your self-worth comes from. You know, I had a heart surgery. I've had two. The first one was in 2012. And I realized after that surgery that I could be gone at any moment. I could have been gone after that surgery. Heart surgery is, in my own opinion, one of the two biggest ones there is. Maybe a brain, the other one being a brain surgery. I see heart and brain surgery being on the same level as the risk, the organs that they're working on. And I learned that I do not have to attach my self-worth to temporary situations. Do I do this perfectly? Absolutely not. I am so imperfect at doing that. But in the depression, I just went through another round a couple of weeks ago, and with depression, there is the thought of maybe I shouldn't be around anymore. And it's horrible. I couldn't describe what it feels like. But, going back to that first heart surgery, that, so I had a situation a couple of weeks ago that I went into a little depression over, but it'll pass. There's no reason to have been thinking of self-harm over a situation at a job that I may not be at forever. So logically, why would I get so upset over a job that's replaceable? And again, easier said than done. But situations pass. I was thinking of things, depressive thoughts, and, there's that saying in AA or in people with depression that permanent solution to a temporary problem. So, why would me or somebody do self-harm over something that's a temporary problem? It goes back to, in recovery, this too shall pass. So why do things like that? Just because it's like this now doesn't mean it'll be like this forever. Logically, that doesn't make sense. And it's hard to believe when in a state of depression. And again, then this means you do not have to be attached to your circumstances. There's my case situation at work over a person I will see for a total of 10 minutes a week that is now ruining my days in the other however many minutes in a week, minus 20 minutes that I'll see this guy. Things pass. People come in and out of life. I know, known in recovery that I've gotten phone numbers, spoken to people, then we don't talk anymore, or we had a fight, or they move out of town, or I moved from New York to Florida. So not to get attached to those people or circumstances that when years down the line, you forget about it. So not to get attached to this job where a company may go out of business, or you may quit, or you may get fired. So not to put so much attachment onto things that might not mean anything. And the third note I have here is that this is not where your self-worth comes from. It comes from who you are as a person. And sometimes it comes down to what you do for other people. And getting connected with people and being a good person. Your self-worth comes from when you help others or you reach out to people in recovery. One of my things is do I do this at every meeting I go to? No. But connecting with people at every meeting I go to, getting a phone number, doing something good for somebody else. I know when I was new to recovery that there were people that reached out to me, and I so desperately needed people. And these are people in my life that, okay, yes, again, time has passed and things changed. I moved the 1,000 miles away. These people, not to get attached to specific people, but these people helped me. That, there are things they've done that they're not on my pedestal anymore, or things happen, I moved, so not to get attached to the certain people, but you do good things for other people, and you try to be helpful and nice and connecting, in my case, connecting with people. Now, I remember the people that reached out to me when I was new. One guy, we kind of lost touch. One guy, we had a falling out, but it passed. The person was replaceable. And now another guy, my first sponsor, who will probably see this video, we've had our falling outs, but I still remember him as, we had a big falling out. We didn't talk for a very long time, but I still remember him as a person that has helped me when I needed it the most. And despite the fight that we had, that we didn't talk for many years, he still helps me. And he might know that. I'll actually send him this video. But it's things pass. You don't have to get, your self-worth does not come from who you're dating, or how much money you make, or what kind of job you have, or what status, how you think you're perceived in other people. You have worth for being you. Now, there's an idea that comes from the Bible. I would never know the book, the verse, the chapter, nothing like that. But everybody has their part. In the Bible, it talks about, again, I'm going to say it wrong, but my eyes can't be angry at my feet because my eyes don't walk. And my feet can't be angry at my ears because my feet don't hear. So we all have our purpose. We all are in life together, in our circles, whatever circles you may be in, maybe you're whatever you join different social groups or something at your job. Your self-worth comes from how you deal with people, if you are beneficial for them. It's always easier said than done, but to be the person who is more vulnerable, more helpful, who helps out more, it is more beneficial to be that person. Now, if you look up, and I'll attach in the notes below, the St. Francis prayer, better to love than to be loved, better to give than receive, those kind of things. And it's hard for a selfish person who's in recovery. They say selfishness is the root of all our troubles. But the opposite of that, or an opposite of that, is the St. Francis prayer. It's better to give than receive. It's better to be the bigger person than whatever else, whatever the other option is. So your self-worth comes, you do good deeds, you do good things, you have value for being a person. You are on earth for a reason, and we all need to find our reason and to go with it. We all have our purpose, and that is one of the biggest struggles of some people's lives, including mine, to find what our calling is. To drop the petty stuff, just because it's like this now doesn't mean it'll be like this forever. To be the bigger person. Your circumstances are always temporary. Like I said, I learned after that first heart surgery that a lot of stuff means nothing. It means nothing. I could have been dead the day of that first heart surgery. I don't remember the exact date. It was August of 2012. I could have been dead that day, and realized that almost everything means nothing. Everything passes. Just because it's like this now doesn't mean it'll be like this forever. You have worth for who you are. You have to, and I find, keep searching, keep finding our God-given purpose. Whatever it is, somebody's good at financial planning, somebody's good at being a dietitian, somebody's good at being a kindergarten teacher, and we're all just as valuable as each other. A police officer could make 50, 60 grand a year, and I find that they're worth a hell of a lot more than a baseball player who makes millions. So how much money a police officer making 50, 60, 70,000 a year is way more valuable than that baseball player. What does the baseball player do? He plays a game for 5 years, 10 years, and that's the end of it. A police officer is more valuable, gives more to life than the baseball player does. So it's not your money. It's not whatever status you have or you perceive status. Your self-worth comes from who you are as a person and what you contribute. Don't get attached to failure. Have a good night.